obeisance to all gurus. One time at Ladro of Drin, the Jetsun Milarepa was patronized by Drashi Tse, who, in an assembly attended by many patrons, stood up and said, "Revered Jetsun, when I hear people preaching the Dharma, I always feel very happy. But I know that I cannot be a great yogi and a well-learned priest at the same time. Witnessing the fact that you, the Jetsun, have devoted yourself solely to the practice, I was confirmed with great faith. Do you think I should concentrate my effort on meditation alone, or not?" The Jetsun replied, "It is for the very sake of practice that the Dharma is preached and studied. If one does not practice or meditate, both studying and preaching will be meaningless. Now listen to my song. Without practice, the Dharma of preaching leads only to pride. Without fostering, an adopted son always becomes a foe. Without instruction, a load of books is but a burden. Except for lies and boasting, what good can they ever do?" Hearing the wily Expedient Teachings, people feel delighted, but very few would follow the guru's final teachings. With faith practice holy Dharma, dear patrons and disciples. Without deceit or boasting, humble, honest, and straightforward, I now tell you the truth. The Jetsun continued, "If one decides to practice the Dharma, he will learn a great deal. But if he could contemplate the essential truth for just a short time, it would help him more. If one talks much, the higher teaching will be overshadowed by his lower realizations. If one cannot stabilize his mind, all his seemingly good deeds will become self-deceiving. If one has a great attachment and desire for this world, any form of Dharma he may practice will be no more than a Dharma of the mouth. Certain people study Buddhism for pleasure. Then with great pride in their learning, they begin to lose faith in the great teachers of the past. As a result, they will lose the blessings. Many people think they will have ample time to practice the Dharma, but without their notice or expectation, death suddenly descends upon them, and they lose forever the chance to practice. What then can they do? One should turn all his Buddhist knowledge inside his mouth and meditate. If one does not further his studies and meditation at the same time, but thinks that he should first learn a great deal before starting the actual practice, he will be completely lost, because knowledge is infinite and there is no possibility of mastering it all. Again, if one talks to a revered priest who is rich in Buddhist learning, he will be told that there is not a single thing in Buddhism that is not needed. He may then acquire many profound teachings, but he does not know which one to practice. He may choose one and practice it, but gain no experience at all. Then doubts and skepticism creep into his mind, and he begins to think, should I try some other practice? Would not another yoga suit me better than this one? Thus he will never accomplish anything. This is comparable to a man who studies the soma plant, but forgets the basic principles and his original intention, like a child holding a wild flower in its hand. Milarepa then continued his admonishment in this song. Hearken, my faithful patrons. Even sinful persons, not knowing the great power of karma, dream of achieving liberation. Life wears out as days and years go by, yet in pursuing pleasures, people spend their lives. They ask, will this month or year be good? Blind to life's speedy passing, fools cherish foolish questions. He who truly wants to practice Dharma should make offerings to the holy ones, take refuge in the triple gem, give service to the Jetsun Guru, pay respect to his parents, give alms without hoping for reward. He should offer help to those in need. He should live and act up to the Dharma's principles. Not much is needed for Buddhist practice. Too many vows lead to self-cheating. Dear patrons, try to practice what I say. Your instructions are very helpful and easy to understand, said the patrons. We shall try to follow them without fail. Now please give us still more advice appropriate to our needs. Milarepa replied, I have many good teachings to give if you can practice and follow them. Otherwise, I see no point in doing so. We will practice them. Pray by all means teach us. Well then, these are the things you should do. My dear patrons, if you decide to follow my words and cultivate the ultimate, remember that all will die, and that to practice Dharma is the only good way of life. Worldly wealth is a delusion. Though much you may accumulate, in the end you must abandon all. So 'tis better to give alms. Affection for one's loved ones may be very deep, yet one must eventually leave them. Better 'tis to practice the non-dual truth. However strong a house is built, eventually it will fall. 'Tis better far to live in no man's land. Whatever food one may preserve, in time will be consumed. Better far is it to store the food of Dharma. Worldly affairs cannot be trusted. It is better to renounce them all. Since foolish talk is endless, 'tis better to shut one's mouth. Instructions are like the art of oiling another's skin. Better is it to rely on a proficient guru. Spiritual experiences resemble the moon's brief emergence from the clouds. 'Tis better unceasingly to practice, like an ever-flowing stream. These are the 10 essentials that have risen in my mind. May you, Drin's men and women patrons, all gain good progress in the Dharma. Then Milarepa taught them how to take the 3 refuges, how to rouse the Bodhi mind, to dedicate themselves, and to take the Bodhisattva's vow. These instructions greatly inspired them with good spiritual thoughts. Among those attending, many learned to practice meditation, and a few even gained good experiences. This is the story of Drashi Tse,